Oh, yeah.
Let's continue. Let's continue. Mbabane is the capital of Eswatini and the seat of the government. The country is the last absolute monarchy in Africa where the king holds supreme authority over most aspects of governance. That said, there is a prime minister and cabinet which play an advisory role and handle most of the day-to-day issues of leadership. Many essential government buildings are located in this city, while the royal residences and real power are located a few miles away in the town of Lobamba.
So a lot of the headquarters for these companies and offices are here. So this is the Deputy Prime Minister's office.
Okay. Deputy Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's actually what's in the city.
The economy of Eswatini is small but diversified into agriculture, mining, and light manufacturing. The country grows a lot of the sugar used to make soft drink concentrates that are exported to South Africa. And what's the name of this street?
It's called Mill. It's named after the Queen.
Okay, Gomile.
Guanile.
Guanile.
Guanile Street.
Is this the most important street in Mbabane?
Yeah, it is. It's the most important.
Eswatini's currency, the lilangeni, is pegged to the South African rand at a ratio of 1:1. You can use South African rand to buy most things here, although the Swazi currency is usually not accepted in South Africa unless you're in a border town. Eswatini is also becoming a big player in the global cannabis industry because of its unique local strain called Swazi Gold. The drug, known locally as Insangu, has been grown here for centuries, and over time the farmers have selectively bred a potent sativa strain known for its pure and uplifting effects. Eswatini's mountainous subtropical regions make for a long and productive growing season.
So my girl is almost like this thick.
Wow.
It's actually like her body, my girl's body. But this is a bit, just a little bit bigger, but she's...
Yeah. So you like that? You like
I
like a pear, you know?
Yeah, I like to grab
Oh, did
some
she?
air.
She turned around. Did she hear me say that?
I like to grab some air. I like to grab some, you know? Have some of that tiki. You know? I think the herd is...
Not good. I don't like to do that. Street harassment or whatever
No,
they
but
call
I
it.
think the herd is.
Huh?
Do you think the herd is? No,
I don't know.
I don't think they do. No, they do not. I think we're paranoid.
Yeah.
But I like to grab some of that, especially in bed. And you gotta see the shade.
I don't like it that big. That's too much for me. I like medium.
Alright, so I think we can turn back now and go to the mall area. So we can walk this way.
Yeah. So guys here, what do you guys consider to be the beauty standard in Swaziland? Huh?
The beauty standard varies from individual preferences.
I know, it does it everywhere, but there's still things people agree on.
Okay, a lot of people like light-skinned chicks.
Okay.
I don't, personally.
Okay.
So yeah, the light-skinned chicks always get the better treatment. And then obviously a nice body, because some of our girls have got tight bodies, like nice bodies, like body shapes.
Yeah, they do.
You know, so the ones with the more open legs and, you know, they normally are like, my girl is like that.
Okay.
Like with the sort of open legs.
They call that a thigh gap, you mean? That's what we call it in New York.
Yeah,
a thigh gap. Yeah, a lot of whites like that thigh gap.
Yeah. And imagine having that and being a little bit thick.
Yeah, that's
You know,
unique.
my girl is crazy like that. And she knows, because, you know, in the house, she doesn't wear anything.
On the surface, Swaziland may look like South Africa, and the people are highly related to the Zulus, Xhosa, and other Nguni people. But besides that, the Swazi people are much less westernized and stick much more closely with their traditions.
At the moment we get in the house, it eats of everything.
Oh man, you're lucky.
That's how she'll prepare my meals with me watching her, just moving around. And I'm like, shit.
This is about much more than just ceremonies like Umklanga or Butimba. The people have a much different mindset. One of the most obvious differences is in gender roles and behavior.
You know, because you know the weird thing is, like, of the times that we have sex, I'd say if we're having sex 5 times, 4 times I'll make a rich and a gossip. 4 times out of 5. Okay.
The term patriarchy is thrown around a lot, especially by feminists who use exaggerated victim narratives to gain power. But in most of the African countries I've visited, men seem to be getting the short end of the stick in relationships, spending exorbitant amounts of money on gifts and even girlfriend allowances for women who have a dozen other boyfriends.
Yeah, because my girl acts confused. And I feel like that's a trait of getting stigmatized.
Yeah.
Because she acts like she doesn't want when she wants.
Yeah, they do that.
That's an effect of stigmatization, you know?
Yeah. But Swaziland is an actual patriarchy. It's the only country I've visited where the stereotype of the submissive African woman is actually still true in modern times. It is not uncommon for women to wake up early in the morning to cook breakfast for their boyfriends or iron their clothes. There is a general expectation that men will provide financially, but in a country with an unemployment rate exceeding 30%, this isn't always the case.
So I know the right spot.
Okay. See that? Yeah.
Every time when I get in, I just make sure to check, and then I stand back.
All right, let's when we walk, let's keep it family friendly for the video, because family friendly, while we're walking down this area.
Did you say too much?
Oh, that part I have to cut.
Which part?
When we're talking about sex. Yeah, that's a little bit too. Not that it's a problem with YouTube, but some of the viewers, like the old ladies, I have a lot of older viewers who are like sensitive, so.
That's cool. Alright, let's keep it clean.
Yeah.
It's gross.
So do you know how many people live in Mbabane?
Mbabane, maybe we can have 350, 400,000.
Okay.
It's the one that's kind of densely populated. I think it's because opportunities here are much greater. So we're going to cross here.
No, I want to get this. It is also normal for men to have as many wives as they can afford, or in the absence or addition to this, many girlfriends. Most Swazi men will say that their women treat them so well because there are more women than men in the country, making guys a scarce resource. But if you ask me, I would say that Eswatini has somehow preserved a pre-colonial, non-Western mindset in most of the population. The entire country feels like it is under a spell.
A pig for me. Yes, it's my friend. A pig for me.
You see that there's a difference with the reception of the camera here.
Yeah, there is a big difference.
Yeah.
I want to see this. I want to see this.
That is,
So this market is called what?
it doesn't have a name. It's just it doesn't have a name.
Okay. But this is the bus terminal.
Yeah, it's called that, but it doesn't have a name really.
Okay. Okay, what was it you wanted to show me?
Now I wanted us to walk through those things.
Are there a lot of people there?
Not necessarily.
Just cars?
Yeah, there's a lot of people here who want to get in now. So this is a mall, but it's more like outdoor as compared to the one in Manzini.
Okay. It's beautiful. They got a nice floor in here.
Mbabane. Whoa. The car. You allowed the car to walk in the middle of it.
What?
You allowed the car to walk in the middle of it.
Oh. But you could have stopped him, right?
No, but then it was very late because you went that way, so that you didn't give him a choice.
Do people do it on purpose?
No, they don't. You gave him the space because you went that way.
Oh,
You
okay.
opened the gap. So if he sees you doing that, then he's going to walk in because he doesn't have a choice.
Okay.
You must try to minimize that.
Yeah. Do most of the people here believe in magic?
Yes, I'd say, but some wouldn't say. But then it's something that is kind of known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you see, when he saw me open the gap, he looked at me like, or maybe it was the camera, I don't know, but he looked at me.
Like, it's weird to do that because people can see that we're working together, but now why are we not a unit?
See, it's a lot to keep track of, you know?
Nah, but for people, yeah, because they know it's just like, you know, comes naturally. Yeah, this mall is pretty nice. So there's like a proper flow of
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. Let's see, let's go around them.
hungry. Oh, this one.
Huh? Huh?
Where do you want us to go?
No, that's okay. Hungry Line, is that like your McDonald's?
Nah. Just sells chicken
Okay,
and ice cream.
okay. Anywhere you have a lot of black people, the chicken restaurants, they follow. They make a lot of money.
Thing. But that's a South African franchise.
Okay.
And we got some of the freshest honeys.
Yeah, Mbabane women are much prettier.
Thank you. That's the second most correct thing you say.
More chicken restaurants.
Yup.
Are you guys worried that the chickens will be depopulated? They might go
Bro,
extinct?
there's people that actually raise chickens for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like in hundreds of thousands, people have got chicken production companies
Yeah.
daily. Chickens will never run out. It's one thing you can rest assured on.
That was a nice mall. It's a very nice mall.
I want us to go in French Alliance.
Okay.